everybody, this is That Wolf from High Roll, and welcome back to another episode of 16-Bit Friday. And I'm playing a game that I fondly remember and always keep going back to, and this game had a really good soundtrack. This is Top Gear, completely unrelated to the BBC show. Although they may have actually had some influences from the game, I don't know. Maybe just the name is coincidental. All I know is that this game spawned an entire series of games, even leading into the Xbox life. So this series spawned like what? Games crossing over to like 2 other console generations? That's gotta say something. Alright, so let's get all set up here. So I already didn't put my name from earlier. Selecting manual. There we go. That's the control scheme I like. I like Control D. Alright, so here's your selection of cars. You have something like a BMW, Ferrari, I think that's another Ferrari, or maybe that's a Lamborghini and another Lamborghini. Basically, you don't ever want to pick this car because it's a fuel sucker. Like, its gas consumption is like high for a reason. This one is okay, but the tire grip sucks. This one's decent. Its max speed is like 131, but like it's got some pretty low fuel consumption. It's pretty good, but its 0 to 60 is like 3.5. Actually, come to think of it, this is probably the best car. I always remember doing this one. Everything else looks good, so let's go. So the idea with this game is you get 4 tracks per country, and you have to play through all the various countries. So that's like 36 tracks, I think, something like that. Of course, my opponent is the one Lamborghini. I can't remember the name of it actually, but I remember seeing the car in like one of the newer. Oh, what's that one series that's really realistic? It's eluding me right now, but all I know is that this game was like sort of revived recently in this game called Horizon Chase or something, and like I saw like a screenshot of it. I was like, oh my god, this looks just like Top Gear, and that's why I was kind of compelled to play this game, just because I really loved this game as a kid. Like, I remember just renting it all the time from the video store. Like, it was just one of those games where I always rented. One cool thing about this game is that when you're no! When your character pulls off like a boost or something, that they say something funny sometimes. I didn't win this race. Oh well, second place is good enough. I wish I could demonstrate the red car really quick. Maybe I'll purposely lose. Because it's not like you can switch cars out. And sometimes some of these tracks are so quick that it's only a few laps. 2, 1, and... yeah! Yeah, this car has really good acceleration. So, like, if you want to give yourself a challenge, you'll pick, like, the red car, just because it's so quick to lose fuel. Like, some races, you run out even before you get to a pit stop, and there won't be a pit stop on the race sometimes. Yes, here we go, let's go. And if you repeatedly run into an opponent, your car will say something like, move the wreck! Yeah, it's kind of funny. I remember there was a version of this game I played all the time, that had tires spelled with a Y, and I don't know where in the world they actually spell it like that. I really couldn't tell you. I want to say Australia, they spell tires with a Y, and it was like the first time I saw that, I was like, what is that all about? I mean, like, it was really fun. It was really funny to see that. Like, I'd never... yeah. So I remember also playing Top Gear 2 and Top Gear 3000 a lot. I don't think I ever beat either one of those two. I know I beat this plenty of times, just because it was one of those games where you could just easily marathon. And if you have all the passwords written down, well then that's definitely no problem. So basically the idea of this game is to just, you know, run the course of the games and then just try to stay in first place. So it's a racing game. I mean, it's pretty basic. I mean, there's nothing too fancy going on with the graphics or anything. But I mean, it definitely makes it seem like you're going pretty fast. I mean, your scenery's going by pretty dang quick. Basically, it's just like a rally race. Speaking of which, Top Gear Rally, I remember playing all the time on the 64. That was a really fun game, too. And then there was also Top Gear Overdrive. I don't remember that being too great, but that was when they started actually, like, naming the cars, or actually using the licenses for the cars, I do believe. Don't quote me on that, because I'm not too sure. All I know is that this game just never gets old. Maybe the only thing that was, like, I wouldn't say getting old with this, but I mean, there's only 4 music tracks, but they are pretty dang good. Like, I actually found some, like, remastered versions of the tracks, and, yeah, I can't say that definitely, I can say that they're definitely pretty damn good, especially the first track. I love that one. I love that first track. I'm not talking about the courses, I'm talking about the music right now. The courses themselves, there's not really much to them. I mean, just go in a straight line most of the time, and then every once in a while take a turn here or there. I mean, it's a basic racing game, but I mean, it's still fun and gratifying enough to where it'll keep you playing, especially when you've completely finished, like, the hardest circuit in the game, and then you're all like, oh goodness, finally! And of course you have to fight through all the NPCs and everything else in order to get to the front of the pack, and then hopefully stay there, because my opponent is, like, slightly faster than me, like by a few miles an hour, and I guess it does make a difference. I'm out of boosts. Dang it. Oh well, this will be pretty quick. I'm not going to play through the whole game or anything. I mean, I could probably beat this next circuit pretty dang quick. And if I remember the progression, it goes from somewhere in Los Angeles. What was the second one? The second track was like, I don't know, somewhere else in California. Now we're in New York. So I forgot where it was going to go next. But basically, this is the USA circuit. Come on. Where's that finish line? Dang. Oh, I'm actually probably going first this time. Nope. Oh well. Still having fun. This game is just great. And the music is definitely good. I always remember this one is like the cool one. Oh right, it goes back to San Francisco. Okay, so I forgot where it starts, but it eventually ends up back in San Francisco. This is a good track, I think. I like this music a lot too. Oh look, you can definitely see the Golden Gate Bridge in this one. So yeah, the scenery definitely matches where you are. So it's definitely one of those, hey, check this out, it's California, one of those things. Oh, this is the first track you have pit stops. Okay, I doubt I will actually use it, but we'll see about, oh crap, ow. Yeah, we'll see about that. Yeah, the pit stops actually replenish your fuel. If you've been paying attention along the sides of the display here, that every once in a while a bar of fuel will go down, indicating your supply. And this car has the best of the fuel consumptions, so it's got like the best fuel rating in the game. It's kind of funny. It actually uses that aspect of real life to incorporate itself into a racing game. I've never found another game that does that. especially from this era, that you actually have to pay attention to your fuel. And I think that carries over to the second and the third games in this series. I don't know if it carried over to the Game Boy versions or any other ones for that matter. I just know that the first 3 games were the most prominently featuring of the gas consumption, you know, mechanic. Oh wow, this is actually a pretty long race. Okay. We'll definitely stick to it. And I'm already out of boosts because I stupidly used them already. Oh shoot. There we go. Haha, missed them all. Come back here, you. At some point I'm gonna remember the names of all these vehicles. I just know that this is some sort of BMW. I mean, it seems like it. I know the blue one and the purple cars are definitely Lamborghinis, but which ones they are, I couldn't tell you. The red car is definitely a Ferrari. Come on, I'm gonna come in second place every race now? Oh crap. Maybe not. I'd like to come in first at least once. Oh look, my opponent is like so close to having like no bars of fuel left. He's gonna have to pull over and stop. Yes! 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 See, this is the advantage of this car. You do not have to refuel for like a good more than 7 laps. So I'm definitely gonna win this one unless somehow he catches up in that small instance. Shoot. I hope I don't hit anybody else. That'd actually probably hinder me. Or I'll just make my dude say, "Move the wreck!" Or there's actually one part where it looks like he's cursing. Oh, I could just barely get this one. Haha. I do not need the pit stop. I do not need the pit stop. Too bad it's already gone anyways. Come on! Where's that finish line? Oh shoot, now it gives me a low fuel warning. That's okay, I won't need it. I won't need to refuel. All these ups and downs. Oh god, this is making me dizzy. And there's the finish line! Finally! Now I just gotta wait for your opponent to finish. That was the cool thing about this game. Not only did you watch yourself race, but you also got to race an opponent, or plug in a second controller and you could play with a friend. That was pretty cool. All right, let's progress this here and go to the victory screen. Haha! You qualified for the next country. All right, I think I'll cut it here. So this has been That Wolf from Hyrule. This is 16-Bit Fridays. This is Top Gear, and I'll see you guys next week. Thank you for watching. If you like what you saw, please click the button below to visit my channel. If you want to see the last week's episode, please click the video on the left. If you want to see the previous gameplay, click the video on the right. See you next time!